It's a bad idea. Take a bite before before going live. All right. Star Wars affirmation cards readings. We're going to try to get into this general reading beforehand, so those people who are checking this out later can just get the general reading and move on. Usually takes us 10 minutes. I'm going to try to beat that. Okay. We have inspiration, guidance, right here. Ooh, got some cards mixed up in here. Nope, saw it wrong. Okay, guidance, activity, and affirmation. Okay. So let's start off with an affirmation. Then we'll get some inspiration. Then we'll activity and guidance. All right. So let's see what our affirmation is for this week coming up. New week in August, huh? I don't know. Time is a weird construct, huh? Okay. Affirmation for August. What's our affirmation for August? Woo, there we go. Okay. Affirmation for August. I have good in me. If I fall into darkness, I can always find my way back to the light. It's a good one. So this is our affirmation for the week. Good reminder. I have good in me. You have good in you. And if you fall to the darkness, you can always find your way back to the light. This is true for all of us. That was you can't pick it better. That's what Darth Vader was all about, right? Did some horrible things, but redemption. The love of a son for a father, redemption. But you can always find your way back to the light. If Darth Vader can, you can, right? Take inspiration from your inspiration. Okay, let's put this over here. Let's go with some inspiration. Speaking of, all right, let's get this done, right? Inspiration. Let's go. What's our inspiration for the week? August. Here we go. Okay, we've pulled this one before. That's eventually going to happen if we keep doing this. I imagine we'll pull all of them eventually. But here you go. Here's our card for the week. Who's more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? Have faith in others, but don't follow them blindly. Trust your judgment to know when someone is a worthy leader. Very important on so many levels: organizational, jobs, family, friends, religion, all of that stuff. Don't ever follow blindly. That's never a part of the Jedi path. That's never a part of anything. If it requires blind faith, that requires more questioning, okay? But here's our inspiration for the week. So be mindful for this week and don't just follow blindly. If you have questions, ask your questions. It's always important. Okay. Boom. And then we'll move these out of the way. Okay. Put those there. All right, next. Let's do activity next. Actually, we'll do guidance this time. Let's do guidance for the week. And then we'll end on an activity. We may need that much guidance, but just come on. One guidance for the week. Okay. All right, this one comes up a lot. But I don't know, it's important. This one comes up a lot, but every journey begins with a first step. Have patience when a task seems overwhelming. Start by doing one small thing rather than everything at once. And this is a good reminder. This week, any week, it comes up a lot, right? Because, it's true. No matter what we're working on, whether you're talking about house chores, whether you're talking about bills, whether you're talking about work, whether you're talking about hobbies, whether you're talking about starting a new hobby, whether you're talking about starting a new project, any of it, some of it can seem very daunting. This tends to always apply to me because I have have like 6 things going on at once, 6 things that I want to work on. Obviously, you cannot work on 6 things at once. Just does not work out that way. But this is definitely something that I think always applies, especially to the Jedi community. If you're doing Jedi training, especially in the beginning, because new people, or when you're just beginning training, people like to try to take it all in, right? They try to do all the lessons instead of taking the small steps and getting there. No one's a Jedi Knight overnight. Okay, so have some patience. It's always patience. Patience is a good one. Okay. All right. Next, we'll go with activity. What is our activity for the week? Hey, we might actually get this done within a reasonable amount of time for the week. That's good. That's good. Okay, our activity for the week. What's our activity for this week of August? Oh, again, man, we don't need too many slices. Too many slices. What do we got? Okay, this was actually given to someone before, and they found it a good exercise. But yeah, for this week, here's your activity. Eat something new. What seems different or unusual to you right now might end up being your favorite new flavor. Definitely. So this is our activity for the week. And check in with, feel free to check in. If not next week's chat, you can leave it in the comments at any time that you do it, right? If you fulfill this, write in the comments. What new flavor, what new dish, what new thing did you try? I was doing this when I tried one of those subscription meal services, and I went vegan for it, and that had a bunch of new flavors and dishes that I hadn't tried before. So that was interesting. There's a couple of videos like dinner with Zoism or something, Zoism in the kitchen or something like that, where I was prepping it and we were having discussions and doing lives that way, So eat something new. And then I've done this recently where it was not too long ago where I used to think that I hated asparagus, and turns out I just didn't like how it was prepared when I was younger, and that I actually don't mind it, now. Which, again, you got to take those chances. You have to see if that's the discovery. All right, this is the part where we open it up. If anybody's here, if you want a card drawing, you let me know for the week, or for the day, who knows. Let me know what cards you want. Again, we have activity, guidance, inspiration, and affirmation. If you want one pulled specifically for you, let me know in the chat, and I'll do that. Also, if any regulars pop in, let me know, and I'll mod you just in case. It seems pretty quiet today, so we might not have to worry about things. We're probably not going to go on very long. I don't have a specific topic that I was going to discuss today. I mean, I did, but I don't remember it, because that was like Tuesday that I thought of a specific topic, and then I did not write it down. So that has been left into the void and is now gone. Who do we got? Oh, we got some people. Rosalind, hello. Thank you for joining us once again. Appreciate you. Glad you're here. And Marta, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. That's a big time difference. It's a pretty big time difference. So glad you guys are both here. If you want a drawing, let me know. Or if you want to, if you want a card pull, let me know. No, I'll pull one for you. Also, let me go in here. I would like an inspiration card, please. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just going to do something real quick, if you don't mind. I'm going to just, what I'm going to do is I want to set up some moderators just in case. Marta's still on holiday, and so only text. Okay, well, it's cool that you're on holiday, man. That's awesome. All right, so we are going to... Chat was a bit weird, which is why I didn't write when I came in. The chat was weird right now? Or last week? Because last week it was weird. Last week we got to see the Jedi community live and in color. We got to see that. So let me see. First of all, oh yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna do this. Boop. And just because I add you doesn't mean you have to do anything, especially Journey and me. Don't feel any pressure with this. This is just to, if we get any, yes, it just wouldn't let me write. Okay, that's weird. That's it. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. Sometimes this stuff is weird. I'm looking at different options for it, so we'll see what happens. Oops, that's not gonna help. All right, let's do it that way. Okay, inspiration card. Inspiration. All right, inspiration card. Right, that was right. Yes, inspiration card. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Ross. I don't know why it wouldn't let you write. That's weird and not cool. Hopefully it's all fixed now. All right, inspiration card. Inspiration card. Journey of me. One inspiration card for the one. You get two. You get two. Two is close enough. It's better than the 5. All right. These are pretty good. All right, ready? Here are your inspirations. Luminous beings are we. It doesn't matter what we look like on the outside. We are all capable of extraordinary things. This is your inspiration for the week. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. Judge me by my size, do you? And well, you should not. For my ally is the Force. And a powerful ally it is. Speaking of your second inspiration, I am one with the Force is with me. You are connected with all that exists in the universe. You are never truly alone. So those are your 2 inspiration cards. We go great together, by the way. Those really go great together. So those are really good. That's it. That's inspiration, of course, I think for all of us. But thank you for asking and pulling it, because these are really good. These are awesome. These are awesome ones to have. You know what? We'll even they got a couple book things. So let's where's my book? Where's my book? Did I do something with it? What did I do with my book? Oh, right. Found it. Figured it out. Okay. So first one is 16. Whether we're short and green or tall and furry, what really makes each of us shine is the spirit within us. What do you think people see when they look at you? How does it differ from who you are on the inside? How can you show your inner self to the world more clearly? That's a good one for the week. Let's see. I'm sorry. I have a stupid mic right here, so I can't. Trying to put it in there. Fine. Whatever. It's fine. You heard me. So yeah, luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. What do you think people see when they look at you? How does that differ from who you are? And how can you show yourself more clearly? So that's that one. And then let's move to 21. You don't have to be a Jedi to believe that a powerful energy binds all things in the galaxy together. Those who have faith in that power, like warrior monk Churt Emwe, find strength in the knowledge that the Force will be their guide. What do you think the Force is? Always a good question. Do you ever feel a greater connection with the world around you? How does that impact your decisions? So that's a good one. You know, it's a good exploration. What do you think the Force is? Do you ever feel a greater connection with the world around you? And how does that impact your decisions? It's good Jedi stuff right there. Good exercises. That is quite the task. Always struggle with that. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm on computer now, so it might have been mobile phone being itself. That's fair. That's always struggling. That's quite the task. I always struggle with that. It is. Yeah, both of these are really good. Both of these are really good polls for all. They're good reminders for all Jedi and such like that. And two really great characters and two really great lines, which allow us to explore the concept of, our inner self. How do we express ourselves more clearly, as well as how do we stay true to the things that we believe in, and how do the things that we believe in affect, our how we interact with the world around us is what I want to go for. So how does that affect how we interact with the world around us? Okay. Anybody else want to poll? Again, we have activity, guidance, inspiration, and affirmation. I always poll when I do personal polls like that. I always set those cards to the side. That way, there's no repeats. Because one, again, if something resonates with you, like if those two cards really resonated with you and those questions resonated with you, then hey, who says it's not for you, right? Just because one person in the class asks the question doesn't mean the answer isn't for everybody, right? The answer can apply to everybody. But yeah, it's a struggle. It's fun. It's a fun exercise that we continually do. But yeah, I didn't have any topics. So if anybody has any topics, questions, comments, concerns, or again, if you want a specific poll, a card just for you for the week, let me know. What do we got here? I'd like an affirmation, please. We can do that. One affirmation for Roz for this week of August. So just bring it in. Focus. Close your eyes if you want to. Deep breath. Feel the force around you. And just one affirmation card for Roz. For this one too many. There we go. All right. There you go, Roz. I am loved. Even when I feel most alone, there's always someone who has my back. I will let them lift me up when I fall. There's a little new trio hugging it out. But affirmation for you. Even when I feel most alone, there's always someone who has my back. And I will let them lift me up when I fall. That can be tough to do sometimes, Absolutely. Oh, yeah, me too. Hi. Oh, hey, Poi Star. Beautiful. Thank you so much. You are welcome. There's a little thing for it here, and let's see what it says. There's a little extra from the book. It has a little book number. So sometimes it might feel like you have to fight your battles alone, but we all have friends and family we can call on in times of need. When you face a challenge together, the bonds you share only end up stronger. Who do you trust most to stand by your side? What would they do for you? How can you return their support? But it's always a good reminder that we're never really alone in this life and in our struggles. It can always feel like that. Definitely, it can definitely feel like we're alone and kind of in this, and sometimes we can forget that we're loved. That's a tough one, but there's always someone. There's always someone. There's always someone, and they might not even be the most active person. You know, it might even be the person you think about. Sometimes when chips really hit the ground and you just start going through it and you start going through the numbers, you start going through the Rolodex, you start going through, you know what I mean? You start going through your contact list, and it can be wild, the people who choose to step up for you, you know, and then sometimes an eye opener, but in the end, it just reaffirms that there's someone in there. And a tougher part is letting people help and letting people lift you up. That's tough for a lot of us. It's a little ego based. It's also societal based. We're taught like a lot of things about self-reliance and self-assurance and you know, and the incorrect quote, by the way, this is an incorrect use of the saying, but pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. One, that's not the intent of the original saying. The full saying is actually the opposite of that, as sayings go, right? But, you know, we have this idea that we have to do these things ourselves, and we don't. We have friends, we have people in our corner. Family is, it doesn't matter if that's blood, like related, or if it's found family. Found family often, you know, can be stronger. So, yeah. Accepting help can be very difficult, super difficult, 100% difficult. I struggle with it all the time. I'm no good with accepting help. I'm horrible with with the idea of accepting help. I'm just not you know, that's not how I grew up. I grew up very solitary, so it's very weird for me to allow, you know, people to help me out or to even share my struggles. It's very internal, very you know, my struggles, my things. It's very ego driven, but yeah, it's very difficult to allow that and such of that nature. So yeah, same. Yeah, it's a struggle. Late or not, we've been here for 20 minutes. I don't know if that means you're late or whatever, but yeah, we actually got in the regular poll within the first 5 minutes, so not bad. That's a record. Try to get that down sometime. Good morning, Melbo. Hey, welcome, bud. Welcome. Oh, that reminds me. Since I got you cats here, there you go. Let's see, did that work? I don't know if that worked. Oh, no, it did. Okay. All right. I was doing some yard work today. I'm done, though. Excellent. Get it. Get it. All right. There we go. Trying to keep a better eye on my chat these days. But I've made a couple people moderators. Again, it's just in case the usual suspects show up. You know the ones. If you start seeing N and then followed by an I, you know what to do. You know what to do. You can ban them right out. And banning them usually removes their chat, the messages. So don't worry about deleting the messages. Just ban them straight out. But there we go. So I'll put in more moderators as needed. Hopefully we won't need them today. But if you have any questions, as always, if you have any questions or you want a card pull, let me know and we'll get into it. Just to recap our card pulls, our affirmation today for in general, we've had some good ones for personal polls that were some really good food for thought and really good discussions on the force and stuff like that. All right, so our affirmations was, I have good in me. If I fall into darkness, I can always find my way back to the light. Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? Basically, don't follow blindly. Trust your judgment and know when someone is a worthy leader, but have faith in others, but do not follow blindly. Always ask your questions. Never feel you can't ask your questions. Every journey begins with a first step. Have patience when a task seems overwhelming. Start by doing a small thing rather than everything at once. Always a good reminder. And our activity, which Melvo has done before, eat something new. What seems different or unusual to you right now might end up being your new favorite flavor. And those are our polls for this week, our general polls. Let's see. I'm doing some yard work. Yes, finally to see some blue. Let's see what else we got. Yes, let me know what you want. You can have a guidance, inspiration, affirmation, activity. You could also have more than one. You're not limited, but let me know. Let me know which card pool you want, because I do them by sections rather than just random. Or if you want super random, we can do that. I can mix up these cards. I can do that. But yeah, it's been a problem, and hopefully, as I put in more moderators and we get regulars showing up on a regular basis, we're able to curtail that and stuff like that. Deadeye Duncan, Deadeye Duncan is. I don't know why you have to preface from KOTOR though. Come on, everybody knows who Deadeye Duncan is. Deadeye, glad to have you here. Fan of your work. 2022 has been dark. I think it's been what? Some would say 2. I would say almost 4 years of, if not more, been kind of like, it's not been good. No, it's been tough. But as our thing says, right? As our card said, if I fall into darkness, I can always find my way back to the light. All right, guidance. You got it. Let me get to that. You got it. Okay, we start. So, center yourself, focus. What is your guidance for the week? What is your guidance? What guidance? Weekday? Too many. All right. Well, you get 2. Let's see what we got for you. Okay. I don't know which one to do first here. Let's try this one first. All right. There are few feelings worse than fighting with someone you care about. The next time you are in an argument with someone, stop for a moment and look at the situation from their perspective. Try to understand how they feel. More importantly, it's always good to stop, reflect. If you find yourself in an argument, it's always good to stop, reflect, and then determine, really look at the situation, but always consider someone else's feelings. You don't have to be empathic. You don't have to be empathic for that. You can understand how someone feels. And understanding does not equal agreement, right? Acceptance is an agreement. So you can accept the situation, you can accept how someone feels, and you can accept your own feelings and your own perspective on the situation. You can accept all of that and understand that acceptance is not agreement. Understanding is not agreement. But it can help us find a way forward. So definitely, if you find yourself in a fight with argument, debate, whatever, with someone you care about, then just take a moment to try to get a bird's eye view and try to understand where they're coming from. And that's always good, especially today. In today's society, we have a lot of zero tolerance. And for some of that, that's necessary, right? As we talked about, that's why we have moderators. Some of that stuff is just not negotiable. But there are things where we do have to consider points of view, and we have to be willing to entertain for at least a second. But again, understanding does not mean agreement, and you can accept that this is just something that's going to be a point of contention, right? And your other guidance for the week is the Jedi believe that the Force is all around us. Our beliefs can guide us, but also overwhelm us. Focus on what you know. Every experience makes you who you are. So this I even kind of ties back into the other guidance, that understanding that it's not about good or bad, right? Like if you've watched me here, or if you know me in person or anything like that, you know that I am not a fan of false dichotomies, man. Like the dichotomy situation that this world is set up on, not a fan. I'll do my best to tear it down. So it's about experience. The label of good or bad is very subjective, just as success and failures are very subjective. They're very goal oriented. They're very where your perspective is. They're very Qui-Gon Jinns. Your focus determines your reality. So our beliefs definitely guide us, but they can be overwhelming at times. You can feel a greater sense of responsibility than you might truly have. You might feel that you're not living up to the beliefs that you hold to yourself, and that can be a little overwhelming. And it's important to understand that when you're struggling, especially when you're struggling, but even when you're not, when everything's going smooth, but whatever, all of that is an experience that makes you who you are, even the struggles. So no matter what you're feeling, no matter what you're going through, it's all experience, and it all lends to your knowledge. It all lends to your wisdom. And that might not even be solely for you. It's important to remember, especially in the Jedi, and we talk about the Force and everything being connected, that your experiences, you might be going through this thing and you have to go through it and you have to learn, you have to go through it. And that's no fun, right? But it may turn out down the line that it's exactly what someone else's needs to be better, to get to the next level, to avoid maybe some of that pain and some of that stuff. That's how we kind of apply meaning to it. But like, meaning aside, right? No cosmic thing attached to it. The fact that we go through things, we learn them, and then we can pass on that information, right? The Star Wars quote from Yoda: "We are what they grow beyond," and that applies to all things. It applies to students, sure. It applies to Jedi, obviously, but it also applies like to the next generation. It applies to younger coworkers. It applies to all of that. It applies to our kids. It applies to everything. We are what they grow beyond. It should always be a stepping ladder, and we should be using our knowledge and our experiences to uplift people past us. So then they're going to find their own challenges, right? And then they're going to have to uplift the next. And it's always going to be that game of leapfrog, is the point. So there you go. Jedi believe in the Force is all around us. Our beliefs can guide us, but also overwhelm us. Focus on the experience and be open to your perspectives on how other people feel. Those are your guidance. Yeah. Boop. All right. Throwing those over there. All right. Zeno wants a random choice. And I'll get you there. I want to catch up on the chat first, if you don't mind, Zeno. It's been at least 15 years of dark. That's fair. I mean, we could probably go, but I mean, some people probably can take that back hundreds or thousands of years, depending on your point of view and, cultural history and such. It could get, it could be not good for some people. It could be much longer. So, I will also take guidance and activity. All right, I'm going to get this in order. Darkness comes before the dawn. Yeah, absolutely. But it's still no fun to go through. It's still no fun to go through, right? But yeah, absolutely. All right. Sometimes taking a break is a useful thing to do. Sometimes perspectives narrow when we are backed into corner. Absolutely true. One of the things that I always recommended in the Jedi community is when you start getting like you start almost getting aggressive on the forums or in the chats and stuff, is to take that break, take a step back, get some perspective, and then come back. If you come back to it and feel like replying, I always feel that reply one is going to be different or two, you might just realize this stuff doesn't matter. So, and you don't reply at all. But it's always one of those things. Yeah, taking a break is always a good idea. Always a good idea. Yeah, if you can. I don't know what that one was in relation to. You know how I get in this chat. But thank you. No problem. And then, all right, so we're going to do Zeno, and then we'll do Melbo's card choice and guidance. All right. Actually, Zeno, I'm going to do Melbo first because I'm going to mix up the cards for you. And it's easier for me to do guidance and activity now. So I'm going to do that first, and then we'll mix up your card. We'll mix up the cards and get you a random card. So let's do, all right, Melbo. Center, deep breath, focus. What is activity for Melbo? Too many slices. Relax, guys. The universe trying to tell us to take it all at once. Like, what happened to our guidance? One step at a time, huh? Well, patience, universe. Well, patience, please. All right, activity for Melbo for today, for August, for this week. All right, Almost. All right, Melbo. Activity. Go read a book. There you go. Read a book. Grab a copy of something new or revisit an old classic you've read 100 times before. The best stories can transport you to a galaxy far, far away without ever leaving your room. Read a book. There's a Situational Jedi, if I could recommend a book. No reason why that book specifically, but read a book. That's your activity for this week. Grab a copy of something new or revisit an old classic. But yeah, grab a book. Go have fun. Go have fun with that. Yeah, that is a good one. That is a good one. So go grab a book. All right, what else do we got for you? Guidance. All right, Melbo. Guidance. Space Jedi. Hello there. Hello, Space Jedi. All right, guidance from Melbo. That better be one. No, too much. Too many slices. One more time. Guidance from Melbo. Too many slices, guys. What? Melbo, what's going on, man? You need a lot of guidance. What's going on here? Thank you, Marta. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. Helps my OCD. All right, here's your guidance. We all lose our temper sometimes, especially when we feel we aren't in control of ourselves. When you feel this way, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and count to 10. We pulled this one before, but I think this one's actually talking about that line right in there. When we feel we aren't in control of ourselves or our situations. One of the big things with the Jedi and people in general is the feeling, especially with myself, feeling powerless. And when you feel powerless, that's when you can get really stressed out. That's when you can, that's when the anger can really set in. When you feel powerless, when you feel you aren't in control of anything, yourself, let alone situations, right? We always say, like, there's a lot of philosophy out there that says, if you can't control things, don't worry about it. But we can always control ourselves. Like, we can always control how we view things or things of that nature, but it doesn't always feel that way. And when we don't feel connected with ourselves and the situation isn't going great either, then it can all feel out of control. It can all feel out of our power. And we could just realize that we are just all along for the ride on this raging water, this, category 5 whitewater rapid without a boat or a life jacket. And we're just along for the ride. We're just getting tumbled. and our tempers, and that's when emotions can run the highest and unchecked and really knee-jerk reactions, right? But we talk about equanimity, the ability to feel without having that innate knee-jerk reactions. You feel, but you don't have to act, action's still good. Like if you do feel anger, if you have a heavy bag and you need to just like express it, like let it go, but in a productive way is always the important thing. That's always the addendum there. But if you feel out of control, it's important to just recenter the self. The activity, reading a book, actually probably a great one for this, if this relates at all. I don't know if it does, but if this relates at all, reading a book could be a great way to reconnect and to slow down and to maybe get some good, maybe the book, maybe it has some lines in there, maybe it has some passages, some reminders to reground you, to recenter you. And remember, that doesn't have to be a specific book. It can be a Star Wars, book. It could be the Jedi Apprentice series, right? Like it could be something, but a line in there might bring you back to yourself and remind you of the control that you do have, the things that you do have control of. So those things actually probably go together really well. All right, now I'm going to finally get to you, Zeno. We'll finally get to you. There we go. All right. All right, let's do this. Zeno, random card. All right, Zeno. Sit back, relax, deep breath. Random card for Zeno. What do you need? What do you need to hear, bud? What do you need to hear? What do you need to hear? What do you need to hear? What does Zeno? What's our message for Zeno? What's our card for Zeno? One card. Zeno, one card. 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 All right. Let's see if that works. All right. We got two inspirations that came out. So, Zeno. Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them. There are many ways to interpret a situation. Look at it from all angles before you draw a conclusion. That's something, that's pretty on par for what we've been polling today. It's about taking kind of that step back and just making sure that we're, one, not following blindly. Two, we're not following our emotion. We're not following people blindly. We're not following our emotions blindly. We're not following a situation blindly. So don't, take the time to get that bird's eye view. Take the time to stop, as Ross said, like take a break if you can, and really, so bring it down, slow it down. The cards today are telling people to slow it down. Stop jumping to conclusions. Stop following people blindly. Stop, all that. Bring it down. Focus on the self. All right, the other one, which is one we've pulled before and always an important reminder. You can't stop the change any more than you can stop the suns from setting. Change is a natural part of life that cannot be avoided. It's what helps you learn and grow. All situations, right? It's about experience, right? Experience, knowledge, learning, wisdom. It's not always pleasant. It doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean it's good, right? Get rid of the false dichotomy. It's all about learning and growing. It's all part of the journey. It's all about the steps forward. That's all it is. That's life. It's always a continuation, right? So you can't stop the change. Acceptance is peace. Acceptance is peace, I'm telling you. And just, look at it from all angles. If change these two tie in, if you get change, here, don't just look at it from one way. There are many ways to interpret a situation. Look at it from all angles before you draw a conclusion, right? So those two tie in together. So there you go. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat. I get weirded. I get nervous on that now. But there you go. I'm gonna get to you, Peyton. Pues I finally. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm finally like. I'm glad you were able to catch it. I'm glad you got free. That's always good stuff. That's funny. The universe telling me I'm a grumpy old man again. I mean, you know, we can call it out as we see it, right? Hey, are you religious? Zoism, if I was going to pick a religion. But no, I don't consider myself religious. Religion in general is something I'm not a big fan of. But if we're talking religion, Zoism is my religion. Because it's not like institutional, it's not organizational, it's not authoritative. And those are my problems with religion. Okay, we got chat doing. Just joined. Where can I buy these? You can buy these, as far as I'm aware, just about anywhere. I know you can get it on Amazon. This is what it looks like. This is what the box looks like. Star Wars Affirmation cards, 52 ways to discover your inner Jedi. Comes with a book. We've been using the book intermediately. But yeah. So that's what it looks like. I think you can find it at Barnes and Nobles, probably Walmart, probably, I know for sure Amazon, and I'm not sure where else, but Google will probably get you there for sure. Different options. I know not everybody wants to support certain stores, which full support, and other people don't give it, and that's fair too. So whatever your preference is, I'm pretty sure you can find it. It's pretty widely available, I think. They're really cool. So they're really fun. Amazon is where I got mine. Yeah. I know it's pretty easy to find them on Amazon, like super easy to find them there. Doing well. Thank you. Or again, if anybody, because we do have some new people here, if you want a card pool, let me know. You can have a specific card pool, which is activity, guidance, inspiration, or an affirmation, or you can do like Zeno and have a completely random card pool and see where it goes. Hopefully that resonated though, Zeno, for you and was useful. I'll take a card pool. Okay. What would you like? Would you like it random, or would you like a specific card in a specific category? You let me know what you feel you would like to reflect on. Would you like an activity for the day, week, whatever? Would you like some guidance, some inspiration, or an affirmation, or random? You let me know. Random, please. Okay, I see that. I would like an affirmations. You got it, Marta. I'm gonna do Elise. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Elise first, and then we'll go there. Personally, I think it's mighty cool that we're starting to get these resources. I also have the journal. I have the journal too. And then another one of the resources is right over there. I can't. Whatever. It's over there. It's on the shelf, which is called the Jedi Mind, which is also a great little book to have for that. The Jedi Mind is a great resource, little book to have. Also, Be More Obi-Wan and Be More Yoda are also really great. They're little books like the Jedi Mind over there. They're little books, and they just have good nuggets of wisdom that use the inspiration to help you be a Jedi. They're really great. They're really great resources. Again, the journal, these cards, absolutely. Okay, so Elise, right? Random. And all right, Elise. So just sit back, focus on what you feel the universe needs to tell you. Take a deep breath, and we'll get a random card for Random card. Ooh. All right, let's try that again. Let's try it again. All right, Elise, you get like 3 cards. Guidance when you get the chance. Absolutely. I'll get to Marta and then I'll get to you. Which reminds me, hang on. Oh, 1 second, Elise. You got 3 cards, by the way. But I want to do this. While I have the chance. I just want to make sure that we're in a. Do this thing. Okay. So I'm going to try to do these in order for you. Or let me see. Let me take a look. Yeah, I'll do it in order. So this is the first one that I felt popped out right here for you. And it's standing out in a crowd doesn't mean acting like a different person. Embrace who you are and be comfortable with the ways your personality already makes you unique. We actually pulled this one last week, I believe. Or, I don't know. Time's weird for me. But we've pulled this card before and we've discussed it. And it really is just about being true to yourself, being authentic, being genuine in your own, just be you, you know, and in that, right? There's like that meme that your vibes attract your crowd, right? So make sure like, just be you, and you will find the people that resonate with you and you'll remove the others, you know. The thing that I like to talk about and it applies to all things, but I use it a lot in relation, especially to romantic things, is you aren't meant for everyone and everyone's not meant for you, right? And that goes to friendship, that goes to romantic relationships, that goes to family, that goes to coworkers, that goes to everything, jobs, opportunities. You aren't meant for everyone or everything, and everything isn't meant for you. And it's about finding those things that are. And you do that, or we do that, right? It's all of us, and everybody can learn from this. Standing out in the crowd, you know, doesn't mean acting like a different person. It just means by being yourself. And, you know, a Jedi struggle with this. Like in the Jedi community, people tend to struggle with this because they think, oh, if I'm a Jedi, I'm, you know, I'm just one of many. We're all following the same philosophy. We're all following the same ideals. So we're all just this faceless thing, and we're going to lose our individuality. And that's not the case, not in Star Wars, and certainly not in real life. So no, you know, nothing, no unique qualifiers are necessary. Just being yourself sets you apart, and that's important. All right, and then you got another guidance that says, which I feel, and then you got an activity. And this guidance, I feel this activity works well with this guidance. So this guidance is, we all have big dreams about what we want to be someday, but it takes actions to make dreams come true. Write a list of your dreams for the future, and then list the things you can do to make those dreams come true. Now, remember, this stuff applies. These are all food for thought. This isn't, you know, anything magic. This is all food for thought. So if this applies for someone else as well, then, you know, listen to that. So we all have big dreams, and it's about taking the steps that we can to get there. Something that I've been having to do lately, something that we all have to do, right? So write a list for your dreams for the future, and then list the things that you can do to make those dreams come true, you know, kind of action plan it out. But go on a nature hike. Use all your senses. Be quiet and listen. What do you hear? Breathe in the air. What do you smell? What do your eyes? Open your eyes and look around. What do you see? What do you feel? Right? This is important. The reason why I say it ties into this is because if you have dreams and you want to really reflect on them, on where you want to go, future, all that, taking a nature hike and just allowing yourself to be in the moment while you're out there, just allow yourself to be connected out there, can really, really help in this, can really allow your mind to connect to that source, which allows you to kind of draw up a better action plan and kind of put things into perspectives. So if this is something that resonates with you, definitely recommend to go on that nature hike, use all your senses, and really be present, really be in the moment there. And I think that'll really help this for you. Okay. All right. Let's see. We got the chat going around. And we have random, please. Marta, affirmation. Cool. Okay. Affirmations. All right, let's make sure. I just want to catch up on the chat. Let's make sure where we're at. I personally think it's mighty cool that we're starting to. Oh yeah. Marta, I'm getting to you right now. I'm just separating out the cards. No, I don't believe in. Do you guys believe in star signs? Okay, there's that. Guidance. All right, so we're going to do affirmation, then guidance. Do you guys believe in star signs? It's up for each individual Jedi for themselves whether or not they believe in things. If you're asking as a general thing, it's for every Jedi to determine for themselves. No Jedi is, or the Jedi path, the Jedi philosophy does not have a official stance. It's about spiritual wellness, and spiritual wellness allows you to determine your own answers, your own feelings on that thing. So some Jedi absolutely do believe in star signs. Some do not. I find like star signs and I find astrology, tarot, and all that kind of stuff. Excellent food for thought. Excellent way to explore your own perspectives and your own things. So yeah, I neither believe nor disbelieve. All right, let me do this. And then when you say guidance, guidance is what we're going for next. All right, let me clean this up too. No, I do not. Yeah, see, no, I don't believe in star signs. See, everybody's a little different. Wait, what does that mean? I couldn't connect to the FAQ. No, you're not an admin. You're a moderator, and it's just in case, we've gotten a couple. I'm sure you've been here when we've gotten a couple people starting to type out some things that they shouldn't, and I've been slow because I've been busy yapping my mouth off. That I've been slow, and as obviously here, I'm slow in catching up on the chat. So it's just the way, if you see it, if you see someone typing out those things, we've seen them before where it starts with the N. They just type N and then a letter and then a letter. You can just go ahead and ban them straight out. If you see it, whoever sees it first, go get them. The blue looks good on you. I agree. Yeah. Anyone being a knucklehead, you can block them because yeah. That's one nice way to put it. I don't think the FAQs even. I don't even know if it's in there. I'm recovering from GA for emergency surgery. Oof. I hope you're doing okay. That's fine though. Marta, affirmation, and then base Jedi guidance. Okay. Marta, affirmation. All right, Marta. Connect. What are we doing here? What's the affirmation for you? What affirmation does Marta need? But yeah, I still love tarot. I still love astrology. I love all that stuff. It's great stuff. I follow a few on my Instagram. A few astrology people out here. It's good. It's fun. It's food for thought. I haven't really made up my mind on belief or not. I believe and don't believe all at the same time. And I don't think it really matters. I don't think belief is important. I think it's all just good food for thought. It's all just reflect. It's all just another tool for reflection and self-reflection and how you view the universe, how you view the situations you're in. I find it a good tool just to allow yourself to go through it. It's a great psychology tool, in my opinion. All right, affirmation from Marta. We need an affirmation from Marta. Almost. Ah, too many slices, bro. Come on. There you go. Marta, here you go. I am optimistic. When everything seems lost, I never lose sight of what's really important. I always fight to save the things I love. And first of all, we know that's true of you. I know that's true of you. You definitely are willing to fight to save the things you love, and you always have a good sight. You know, you got your cats, you got your daughter, you got all that stuff. You good. I am optimistic. When everything seems lost, I never lose sight of what's really important. I always fight to save the things I love. There you go, Marta. That one's for you. I was gonna guess appendix. I was gonna guess the appendix. That thing's that stupid organ. Yeah, it's always tossing people up. Good. Glad you got rid of it. Get out of here. But hopefully you feel better soon and stuff like that. So it's definitely no fun. That's not a fun thing to go through. It's not a fun thing to experience. The pain prior is horrible, and and it's scary because it did have, right? Not anymore, obviously. Kick that thing to the curb, but it did have the potential to go really south, to go really bad. And so that's a tough situation to kind of go through. But now you're on the mend and you're healing and you're done. You're on the other side of it. Just like my other Jedi friend who's out there getting on the other side of his surgery. So definitely, as I think Marta said it here, healing vibes to you. All right, base Jedi. Ooh. Got lobster Tourette's. I have no idea what that means. Are you talking about the hands? You talking about like I talk with my hands a lot? Because yeah. Also, like all of that. Someone's sick. Hey, how you doing? Hugh. Wait, hey, haven't seen you in a while, Hugh. Good to see you here. All right. Base Jedi. Thanks. Appreciate that. Base Jedi, got your affirmation reading coming up. Got your affirmation. All right. Right? No, guidance. Guidance. Yours was guidance. Aha. Figured it out. Caught myself. Got your base Jedi. Guidance. Guidance card for base Jedi. So, deep breath, center. What guidance do you need, base Jedi? What guidance do you need? What is the universe, the source, the force, the Zoe, the flow, the energy of the world have to say for base Jedi? What is the guidance we need? Guidance we need? Guidance we need? I think you got two. We'll try them out. Let me know how it works. I think we got two. Okay. Let's start with this one. It's normal to be afraid, but fear can be the path to the dark side. It can open the door to an endless wave of negative emotions. Allow yourself to be afraid, but don't let fear guide your actions. Anytime this card comes up, we always talk about it. What is it? Equanimity. It's important to feel, but not to knee-jerk reaction on what we feel. Feelings are information. Feelings are letting us know things about ourselves, things about the world, things about the situation. So you feel. It's normal to be afraid. It's okay. And you feel that, you get your perspective, right? Maybe go on that nature walk. But here we go. This one might tie into it. So let's see what we got here. Sometimes we feel completely out of sync with those around us. When you don't agree with what the people around you are doing, step away for a moment and think about what you want to do. This is a good one. I'm going to grab the book. I'm going to do the book. Let's do the book here because this one has a page number 29. I mean, they both do, but I think that one might resonate a bit more for some reason. So 29. Have you ever felt like you just don't belong? When Stormtrooper FN 2187 sees firsthand that the First Order is doing terrible things, he knows he has to leave. As Finn, he joins the Resistance and fights to make the galaxy a better place for everyone. Have you ever gone along with the crowd and done something you knew was wrong? Looking back, would you follow them again? So these do really tie in well together because this right here, when you feel out of sync and you don't agree with people around you, step away for a moment and think what to do. That can be scary. that can make one feel afraid, especially if what to do is like a big step. Like that can be scary. And it doesn't even have to be a big step. Like, I mean, it's all a big step really, but it doesn't have to be a big step. It can just be like, well, I have to confront this situation, and that can still be scary. And that's okay, right? The ultimate Jedi lesson, right? From the book, right there. The ultimate Jedi lesson. That's okay. Be a Jedi. So it's okay to feel afraid, like, so you're going to feel out of sync. That's fine. Take a moment, take that break, figure out what you want to do. And that can be scary, and that's okay. And it's just about working through it. So bang. Those are your guidance. I don't know if that resonates for you, but there you go. Base Jedi. The surgery was last night. They told me the anesthesia would wear off in a few hours, but I still feel weird and loopy. Yeah, it takes a while. So here we got Jedi. Oh, yeah, caught up on that. We got Hugh here. We got Joanna. And I've missed your lives, but have caught up since. Great to be here live. I'm glad you got to make it. If you want a card pull, let me know. Just let me know. Welcome. Yes, indeed. Welcome. Do we just request a reading? If so, I am. Yes. You can request a random, or you can do an activity, a guidance, an inspiration, or an affirmation. Here's the ones. I'll catch people up. Here's the ones that we pulled as a general reading, right? As a general, that I like to do at the beginning. We actually got done in the first 5 minutes this time, but here we go. Our affirmation in general this week was, I have good in me. If I fall into darkness, I can always find my way back to the light. And yeah, just let me know what card you want, and then I'll pull it for you. Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows them? Have faith in others, but don't follow them blindly. Trust your judgment to know when someone is a worthy leader. Don't follow a situation, a person, a faith. Don't follow anything blindly. If you got questions, ask them. Don't be afraid to ask your questions. This was our general guidance. Every journey begins with a first step. Have patience when a task seems overwhelming. Start by doing one small thing rather than everything at once. So there you go. And then our activity for the week, eat something new. What seems different or unusual to you might end up being your new favorite flavor. So that's our activity for the week. So yeah, boom, there we go. All right, let's see what we got. Just tell me which card you want, Hugh, and I'll get it to you. A random, please. All right. Okay. Righty. Okay, we'll do a random. Let's see what let's see what message is. So, as I like to say, just kind of sit back, center the self, deep breath. Ask yourself, what does the universe, the force, the source, the Zoe, the flow, what does it have for you? What does it have for you? What messages can we get? What reflection is good? What do you need right now? So let's just do that. All right. One random card. All right, let's go. Okay. All right, that might have been it. Too many slices. Inspiration. I think we got an activity for you. So we'll do, here we go. First of all, here's your inspiration. That's not how we're going to win. Not fighting what we hate. That's how we're going to win. Sorry. That's how we're going to win. Not fighting what we hate, saving what we love. Everyone faces struggles in life. This is pretty on the theme today. Approaching them with a positive outlook can be the key to success. So everyone faces struggle. Approaching them with a positive outlook can be the key to success. Remember, your focus determines your reality. So it's about gaining that perspective, taking that break, being patient, taking a step back, trying to gain a little perspective for you. And this activity ties right into this. So, everyone faces struggles in life, right? Everyone faces struggles in life. Approaching them with a positive outlook can be the key to success. Here's your activity. Find your focus. The world around us is full of constant distractions. Go to a quiet spot, sit in silence, close your eyes, and breathe. Find the peace within yourself. And that automatically ties into this. This helps this right there, right? So those are the things that you want to do. Here's your activity. Find your focus. Go find a quiet spot. Go get your Zen on, and then when you're and then you can better face the struggles of life. Anything like that. So hopefully that resonates. I mean, this is a good activity regardless. I recommend it. And this really vibes with what we've been kind of talking about and polling today. So absolutely recommend this activity for anyone. Obviously, this should be a part. If you're a Jedi, this should be a part of your daily anyhow. So get on it, Jedi. Get on your practices. Okay. So yeah. So if you find yourself in any struggles, remember, everybody struggles differently, and there's different variations. There's different levels of it. Don't worry about it. It's not a competition. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't worry about that stuff. Absolutely, just look to, find your Zen and allow that to help grab your thing. Guidance, please. Is it okay if I slightly dox myself? That's 100%. That is 100% your choice. You have you're allowed to do whatever you like. It's yourself. It's yourself. So 100%. Yeah, if you don't need my permission, this is that's your autonomy. That's your choice. That is your freedom of choice. If you would like to disclose some information, just be, because remember that this is on YouTube. But yes, you are allowed to do so. Those are my only cautions. I just offer the reminder. We are on YouTube. So what do you say? What do you think? Guidance. All right, you got some guidance. All right, Q. We'll get you a guidance card right now. I got you, buddy. Let's make sure we got all the guidance cards. We don't want to lose out on. We don't want to. All right. All right, guidance. Oh, that actually, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, it's so different names. Yeah, it's never clear, okay. It's, yeah. So that's cool. Should I go by, when you're in the chat, should I go by Gwyn or Fox or Gwyn Fox while you're here? Or, because I always go by base Jedi. It's just I go by people's names, except for Jedi M. because I will always mess up this name because it's just how my brain is not good with words. But yeah, so first of all, thank you for being a part of that. I'm trying to get it going again. But I just, right now, my job is causing problems. And I want to add more kind of like rewards to it and such. And I want to make sure, so before I start up, that I can actually do that, like keep it going. But yeah. Oops, there we go. Guidance. All right, what guidance from the source, the force, the Zoe have for Hugh? What guidance do we have for Hugh? Getting low on these guidance cards. Too many slices. Too many. We all need a lot of guidance, but we're looking for one guidance. All right, here you go, Hugh. Strength is more than just a physical attribute. Appreciate your inner strengths. Reflect on what strengths you possess and observe the strengths in the friends and family around you. It's always a good reminder, always about perspective, and always, again, taking a step back, appreciation, especially of yourself, especially in the Jedi community, where some people get a little caught up on the physical. It's important to remember that strength is much more than just a physical attribute. There's strength of character. I wrote about it way back in 2002. I wrote the Heart of a Jedi post, and it was talking about the different areas of strength for a Jedi. And it was really the precursors to what then became in the Jedi Circle, the 5 areas of wellness, where we talk about physical well-being, emotional well-being, intellectual well-being, spiritual well-being, and social wellness. All of those play into being a Jedi, and the Jedi plays into all 5 of those areas. But you can have, intellectual strength. You can have spiritual strength. Strength of you can have emotional strength. You can have there's social strength. There's all kinds of different strengths and all different types of attributes that you as an individual have, that we all have, right? And it's important for us to remember what strengths we have, and that's much more than however much weight you can lift, or however however many sit-ups you can do, or whatever. Like, that's not strength, right? Real strength is strength of character, So consider that. What are your strengths? What are your true strengths? What are your strengths of character? And appreciate those in yourself, and appreciate those things in those around you. So there you go. That's your guidance to do that. Okay. Your presence is a present. That is always true. That is always true. I like base Jedi, but I don't mind what you call me. I'll stick to it then, because that works for me, and because it's it's eyesight driven, so it's always the thing. From my middle name, when there are other Jedi present. Well, I think we're in the presence of Jedi. Your presence is the present. I think that applies absolutely to all people and everything. But yeah, okay, I'll stick to base Jedi. But then, again, thank you for being a part of my Patreon. Keeping it paused right now. Sometimes there's been a couple months where I forgot to pause it, and I've tried to put out content to kind of balance those scales a bit, make sure people are getting what they're paying for, if you will. But that's also a great going back to, allowing other people to help you, right? Accepting help, that kind of thing, where I should be allowing that, but at the same time, no, right? I want to make sure that I'm giving something much more in return for it, and currently I'm not not getting the projects. They're not getting done in the speed that I want to. But as I've talked about before, the Jedi book that I'm working on, I found a way to include not just pictures, but an interactive way to explore older Jedi sites, so I can get into the history a little bit. And then you can use your smartphone in conjunction with the book to explore the old Jedi sites while you have the book. As basically using QR codes. So I'll put that out there for anybody else writing a book can go ahead and steal my idea. But basically, that way, when you go to the book and you're reading about this old site, you can actually go and explore it from the archives that I have set up. And because I have a lot of those old websites saved that are, workable in a sense. You can't use the old forums or anything like that, but you can explore like some of the pages that they set up and some of the website design that they had and stuff like that. And you can see how those old Jedi sites from back in the late 90s and early 2000s, the way that they're set up and how we like where we've come from. And they a lot of them still have lessons and lectures and stuff on them that are still accessible, so you can kind of read those old lessons that we come from and the old lessons that kind of got us to where we are now, where we have much better resources available to us now, in my opinion. But yeah, but you would be able to explore that much more in depthly alongside with your with your smartphone, but that means I have to go back and re-edit that whole book and that whole kind of section and chapter to do that. And then okay, yeah, I mean, always happy to use other. I kind of just like Jedi because, like, I mean, fun question is Star Wars. Would you marry, kill, and duel? Keeping it PG here. Yeah, that's it. In Star Wars, well, kill is easy. It depends. Again, it depends on like how it. Kill is easy because I go with Pog Creel. Like, I don't like that dude at all. But I think that's a pretty easy one, right? I guess most people would probably go with the sis or something like that, kind of, balance out the light, avoid some conflict maybe. But Pog Krill, he's the one who gets to go, man. I don't like that guy. Mary, let's see. Well, as a Jedi, I don't know if marriage would be possible, but again, this is the PG version. But I would definitely stay within. So probably Ala Sakura or Balter Swan, just because Jedi. I like Jedi. Jedi are cool. I have to be able to connect. Personally, I'm demisexual, so I have to connect, and I think I would connect better with Jedi, right? So, and I think Ala Sakura is pretty cool. And I think they're like better chance of connection, And let's see, duel. Who would I duel? I would want to duel either Anakin or Qui-Gon. Yeah, I'd want to duel Anakin or Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon just because like he's got a very powerful style, and I would like to like take that on, like see if I could take it. And then of course Anakin, one, because he's arrogant and I'd like to put him in his place, but two, because he is he's a renowned lightsaber duelist in Star Wars, and he does have skills. He's not the best, right? But it would be I think it would be fun. I absolutely think it would be fun, So yeah. So that's fine. I think that is hecka cool. When you publish it, I love it. I would love to include it in my curriculum. Absolutely. It's definitely gonna have. I'm gonna be putting in the tier 2 lessons from Jedi Living in it as well. So it's gonna have history. It's gonna have solid lessons, so people could use that book to basically reach a Jedi Knight level of understanding if they actually go through it. It's going to have some other stuff in there as well, just ideas on like how to dress, what to carry with you, things of that nature that are more Jedi aligned, and suggestions, not rules, right? It's going to go through, it's going to have a whole section of quotes that are important reminders for how Jedi interact with the world, and just good inspiration, for us to use the AP, and to a good exercise to use the Apbp test. Obviously, the Apbp test will be explained in there. Other Jedi toolboxes, kind of like the situational Jedi, where we have the Jedi toolboxes, the Jedi toolbox, I should say, there. But I'm keeping it more to me. I don't want to, again, use other people's stuff without permission. So it'll be more, Jedi Circle related and things of that nature. But that will be there. There'll be some new stuff as well, because that's, a lot of that's going to be new, but there's going to be some new things as well. But that's probably going to be, if not my last Jedi book, it's going to be my last philosophical Jedi book. The only other Jedi book project I have after that is on the Force, and I'm going to wait. And I'm not looking to do that anytime soon. I want to get to a point, and it may never happen, because could die tomorrow. But ideally, 20 years from now is when I want to do my next book, my next Jedi book. So I want to do this book, get it out there, have it, because I feel with this new book that I'm working on and the situational Jedi, you're good to go. You're good to go as a Jedi. So I'll be looking to put those out, and then I'll be looking to retire from that subject. I still have other book projects, other books I want to write, but they're not Jedi related, and those projects are still in the works. My vampire book being a major one that I want to get done, as I'm growing in that community a little bit quicker than I expected, all thanks to winter. So, but yeah, so that's it. Sounds good. Big ideas and bigger things come in, my guy. Hyped. Yeah, I have like a lot of things. Again, as I said earlier in the stream, I got 6 projects. There's one that I'm just trying to get off the ground. I don't know if it ever will. It's really that pipe dream kind of thing. But if I can just get it off the ground, we're next level for real. And it'll present me the opportunity to really work on these other projects on my own time, and on my, that I could, I'll be able to really dedicate myself to them, and really be able to bring those projects to life, and allow them to be there for fruition, to be there, for the people. You know what I mean? Not for me in any sort of way, but for people to use and really, really hopefully get some use out of. So go Demis, I'm Ace. Nice to represent. Yeah, I float, because as you know, demisexuals, sometimes they float really close to Ace, man. Some of them, not all of them, obviously. It's all spectrum, right? But I float close to there. But yeah, 100% demisexual. So that stuff, when you get questions like that, it's always been bad for me, right? And then when I was younger, and I didn't have, my generation didn't have those words really to really understand, which is why I love the society we kind of live in now, where there's much more freedom of expression and understanding, right? And words to go with it, and communication important, right? We talked about that last week. But so I always struggled with questions like that, and I always struggled with those kind of things, because it didn't really vibe with me. And then being able to kind of get there, even worse if you're Ace, because it's man, get out of here, but yeah, so awesome. Absolutely represent. Absolutely. I love the Apbp test. It's great for more than just Jedi. My son knows it too. Absolutely. It is absolutely way more than just Jedi. It applies to everything. I brought it into Zoism. I'm going to bring it into my vampire philosophy and all of that, because absolutely everything, life, right? Making life choices. Does this pass the Apbp test? And if it does, go to town, have fun, go do it, enjoy, right? Absolutely. But yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. Absolutely. Pass it on. They can refine it. What's the APBP test? So APBP test stands for applicable, practical, beneficial, positive. That's what APBP is. And the APBP test is like, so if you take a Jedi quote, for example, and let's say your focus determines your reality is our quote, right? Well, as Jedi, we just don't follow Star Wars willy-nilly. It's not our Bible. It's not something we follow blindly, right? As the cards have been reminding us, do not follow blindly. So we ask ourselves, is this applicable to my life? Can I apply this quote to my life? Your focus determines your reality. I could probably apply that, right? Is it practical to live by, though? Is that a practical piece of advice or lesson or Jedi thought to live by in your life? Yeah, it's practical. Your focus determines your reality. How you kind of dissect that quote. Yeah, it seems applicable and it seems practical. And then you move on to beneficial. Is it beneficial to live by, though? Just because it's applicable and practical doesn't mean it's beneficial for you to live by it. So you ask, is it beneficial? Like, my focus determines my reality. So if I adjust my focus, if I adjust my understanding here, then yeah, that becomes beneficial to me. That becomes beneficial to how I live my life. So, all right, so it passes those things. But is it positive? Meaning, does it have a positive impact on your life and those around you? Does it have a positive impact is the ultimate question. So P, positive. Does it have a positive impact? Well, if we understand that your focus determines your reality and we adjust our focus and that has a beneficial application, practical application even, then yeah, that has a positive impact on those around me. That has a positive impact on the world and life, my world, so yeah, so it passes that. So you're like, all right, that passed. It's applicable, it's practical, it's beneficial, and it's positive. So absolutely think words that come out of your mouth. You're going to reply to someone on a Jedi board. Does it pass the APBP test? Is it applicable to the discussion? Is it practical to say? Is it beneficial to the discussion? Is it going to leave a positive to the discussion or to the person? APBP test before you reply on the forums. That would save everybody. That would save the Jedi community right there if everybody applied that test. But it applies to life. It applies to our Jedi lessons, the Jedi circle, right? Some people don't like the Jedi circle, but does it pass the APBP test? All right. Go through each 25 points of the Jedi circle. Do those pass the APBP test? Now, if you find that they don't, then you can remove it from your Jedi path, right? Same with the Jedi maxims, the 33 teachings of Jediism, the 3 pillars, all of it. Does this pass the APBP test? And if it doesn't, it needs to get rid of. And it especially applies to Star Wars inspiration. Does this Star Wars quote, does this Star Wars situation, does this Jedi pass the APBP test? And if it does, then we can use it as our inspiration. We can bring it into our path. We can follow it knowing that it's not going to be detrimental to our lives or those around us, and that we're not blindly following whatever Disney puts out or whatever Lucas puts out or what some author puts out, right? We're not just blindly following Star Wars, and we're not just blindly following others, and we're not blindly following Jedi materials. The APBP test, really good. Oh no, Marta's gonna be thing. Bye, Marta. I probably missed you, but but bye. So there. I think I spelled it right. APBP test. Yeah. About the sage age, it was hard for me growing up, so I get that. Yeah. When you don't have words for it, it always makes it difficult. It's the same for mental health, like when you're younger, like younger people now, it's different. But when I was, when we were younger, depression wasn't really talked about. Like mental health back then was not like, it was scary. You could be sent places that the psychiatric care was not good. right? So, you know, but not having words for depression or anxiety and things like that, like those words existed, but they carried with them like a connotation, like it was all bad. Nowadays, it is what it is. Like we all going through it. But yeah, so like, but when you get the words and when you understand it, it allows you to address it point on. It allows you to do it, and then then you're able to navigate life with that knowledge and understanding. This is what it is. This is what I experienced. This is my thing. Like, and when you know that, like that self knowledge, I mean, like any Jedi will tell you, right? That self knowledge makes it way easier to navigate situations and lives and stuff like that. Yeah, I got you. I appreciate you. Yes, I agree. It's something I try to do and something I try to pass on. Never had a succulent way to say it. Yeah. Shorthand. That's what I do. Do you know your MBTI type? Not off the top of my head. I can find it. Hang on. I have it saved because, yeah. Where is it? Oops. I have it saved. It's boop. Oops. Yeah. I'll add it in the chat. All right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's it. If I remember. I know it changed on me at different areas in life. You know how that goes. So you know how that goes. But yeah, some Jedi sites still do it. Like have it a core part of their curriculum. It's why I know it changed, because like way back in, I think 2010, it was something different. But the last time I did it, which actually hasn't been for like a few years now, like I haven't done the test in a few years, but the last time I did it was INFP. So we are not having a way to describe our experience, or yeah, we it's hard when you don't have that way to explain the experience and to navigate. It just makes it easier to navigate life and to go through it and things of that nature. Self-knowledge, right? It's all important. It's all important. So who else we got here? We got INTP. Oh, we're close. ENFJ. That makes sense to me. Thank you. I love that guidance. Of course, Hugh. Of course. But I'm glad it resonated. I'm glad it helped. What was it? It was strength, right? No, strength. Appreciate your inner strengths. Yeah, it's a good one. All right. Cool. Not surprised because I seem to have similar personality types. It's always fun, right? I'm always surprised meeting like Jedi that are like way different. Like when I've gone to Jedi gatherings and stuff, and you meet other Jedi, and they're way different, and you're like, what the heck is going on here, man? You know, like, but it's fun. You know, diversity is our strength. Unity through community, right? By embracing our diversity, we gain something there. By sharing it. But I'm still to this day, like, I'm always amazed to meet like different personality types within the Jedi. Just because I think the Jedi path lends a certain way, but you know, it's always amazing to see. But yeah, but then it's always cool, and that's what I really like too at Jedi gatherings. You know, is because you kind of congregate. You know, you find your like-minded people, you find your similar people, and you hang out. You know, and you do that. Yeah, it's always good. That's always fun. But all right, if no one needs a poll, We'll open it up to questions for the last time, and then we'll probably dip out here. But if anybody has any discussions, questions, comments, concerns, or a card pool, now is the time. We're going to do last call. How about that? We're doing last call here. We're doing last call. So if you again want a card pull, or if you have a question, or if you have a topic or discussion, anything, this get it in now. Get it in now. And we'll do last call here. And we'll see how it goes. And while we wait for that last call, we'll wrap up. This was our affirmation, our general reading affirmation. I have good in me. And these are good reminders before we go. I have good in me. If I fall into darkness, I can always find my way back to the light. Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? Have faith in others, but don't follow them blindly. Trust your judgment to know when someone is a worthy leader. Every journey begins with a first step. Have patience when a task seems overwhelming. Start by doing one small thing rather than everything at once. As someone with 5 projects, 6, 7, I don't know, I'm losing track. Absolutely true. So, absolutely, have patience in that. And our general activity, eat something new. What seems different or unusual to you right now might end up being your new flavor. And hey, if you do these, especially if you eat something new, put it in the comments. Or next week, show up again. Around 11 is where I'm trying to do these. Trying to get them around 11. If I can, Sundays at 11. 11 a.m. Pacific time, Los Angeles time, if that helps, is when I'm trying to do them. So, but yeah, feel free to update us if you try something new. All right. What do we got? Have you thought about getting on Clubhouse? Never even heard of it. No idea what it is. So no. I have no idea what that is. I can look into it. But I don't. I haven't thought about it because I've never heard of it before. I have no idea. You can educate me, or I can go Google it. I love trying new foods. Yeah, Melbo got that activity pulled when he asked, or when she, I don't know pronouns, but Melbo asked for a reading and got this activity card and did. What was it, like black? You tried a black bean something, I think, right? If I remember that right. But yeah, when I first pulled it, when we were talking early in the very beginning of the stream, I talked about how I tried asparagus not too long ago because I grew up thinking I didn't like it, and it turns out I just didn't like how it was prepared back then, and I like it now, and I found that out. So it's always good. It's always good to have. Yes, sir. I had the black bean noodles. Right. Black bean noodles. Sounds delicious. Yes, sir. Have you ever played Mass Effect 2? No. Is it 2? Yeah, it's 2. Mass Effect 2. Loyalty mission for... I'm drawing a blank. Why can I not think of his name right now? The assassin. I want to say Zane. I know that's not Zane. I know it's not Zane. Thane. Thank you. Thane. Right? Thane? Right? In Mass Effect 2, his loyalty mission, when you're following a mayor candidate or something like a mayor. I don't know, Congress candidate? I'm not sure. Anyways, you're following this candidate, and he meets, and you're up on these catwalks, and he's meeting with some bodyguards, some Krogan bodyguards, and always in my game, I catch it. He says it twice, like he's talking to the bodyguard, but you can't hear what he's saying, at least in my games. Maybe it's a bug or something, but you can't hear what he's saying, but you can hear the bodyguard being like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like just be, going along with it and stuff like that. And so anytime I see yes, sir, or I say it myself, for whatever reason, not necessarily saying it to a person, but like as just an affirmative, right? Instead of saying affirmative, I'll be like, yes, sir. So there you go. There's a little piece of OP trivia for you. I'll invite you. Got an email address? Sure. It is. Let's see. There you go. Behind the mind of Opie. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. Absolutely. But there you go. Get a little sneak preview of the mess that goes on in there. That's like when I hear someone say butter, I have to say exotic butters. We all have something, right? We all have that thing that just triggers a core memory, right? It just triggers that thing where you're like, okay, this is this is my thing now. This is what I do. But I don't think I've ever met someone who caught, because I say it very specifically, the yes sir, and I, because it's such a rant. You miss it in the game. You'll miss it in the game if you're not paying attention. Like you would have to go play it, look for it, listen, and be like, oh yeah, there it is. It's just one of those weird random things. And I have no idea why it caught into my brain. I was just playing the game, and now every time I play the game, like I listen for it, like I look for it, and yeah, I don't know where I got it. Because I can't do it that way. I'll do it this way. Boop. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, those things don't show up on that chat. That's interesting. It's interesting. All right. So, anything else before we go? Anything else on last call? Any last cards? Any last questions? Any last comments, concerns before we head out of here? Because I know some of y'all got chores to do. Don't lie. Don't pretend like you don't. So, are we out of here, or are we got anything else? Does anyone else drink like coffee while they're here? Or is it just me? You guys drink tea, green tea? It's always a good choice. Matcha, maybe? Maybe a little chai latte or something. Maybe you got anything else? There's an interesting delay too, I've noticed. Having the chat pulled up here. There's an interesting delay between the chat on YouTube and the chat, which makes sense, because it's across, servers and stuff. But the chat is definitely slower here. So, cheers. I drink coffee. Cool. All right. I think we're good. I support the coffee, obviously. I also support the green tea. I support any tea. I support if you sit down and do the ritual of making matcha tea, support that. The ritual of making chai tea, that's always a fun one. I do that for winter occasionally. I'll make them their a chai latte if we have the stuff for it, and it's it's a process. It's a thing. You gotta take time. You gotta really work with it. And yet I won't do French press coffee. It's too much effort for me. But I'll sit there and make I'll do the ritual of matcha and chai tea. Chai tea's for someone else, so it's not really my thing. All right, looks like we're good here. Looks like we're out of here. All right, everybody, go do your chores. Go do whatever you do. If you have a relaxing day, go relax. Go do some of the activities. Go take a walk in nature. Really connect. Go do anything. Do anything you like. Do anything you want. Do anything that feels right. Make sure it passes the Apbp test first. You know? So, yeah. But yeah, I'll stick to coffee all day long. Yeah. But yeah, go do some of the exercises. Go try some new food. Go try a new thing. Maybe it's at your favorite restaurant. You try something new off the menu that you never tried before. Something like that. You know? But go do that. Go have fun. Go be a Jedi. Go live it. Go be it. Go enjoy it. Go share it. And we're gonna get out of here. All right, everybody. All right, I'm out of here. I'm taking off. So have a good day. Try to catch you next week. I don't think I have anything planned specifically, so we'll try at 11 a.m. on Sunday next week is what we'll go for. Fair? Deal? All right. May the message held for review. Why is the message held for review? Oh, may the force be with you. Why is that? Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what I was about to say. I don't know why it held that for review. That's silly. May the force be with you, everybody. Have a great one, and I'll try to catch you next week.